Hey guys. I wanted you guys to know that I've read all your comments on the last video, or the one before that, actually. I think that I posted where I hit the fire hydrant, right? So I did my 30,000 miles and was getting upgraded and going to pick up this load. And we were going back to Springfield, and then we were going to Fort Worth. And then I hit a fire hydrant. For those that had the questions, it was like a baby fire hydrant that was on the very corner of where you pull out of a truck stop and get on the road. And I think what bothers me most is I have been so careful with not jumping curbs because I drove a bus and a limousine, so I knew to watch those back tires. But it was dark. It was super dark. And even when I jumped the curb, so my tandem wheels jump onto the grass and then falls down. And even with that noise, I turned around and I didn't see anything. Of course, I look for signs and other stuff that I might have run into, not something so small to the ground. And trust me, that will never happen again. Because this is just a huge, huge lesson. My trainer, Dennis, captain, it was my first accident, and I really had a good night that night. I mean, I really had a good night. I felt super good about everything. I did 30,000 miles and I didn't hit anything. That's pretty good, right? Driving a semi for the first time. Until this happened. So during the accident, he did make light of it, you know, saying, well, you could have washed the trailer, you know, if you hit a fire hydrant. And, okay. But, you know, he didn't panic, and he didn't get mad, and he didn't get upset. And I really appreciated that. In fact, he really didn't say much about it at all. I got really upset about it. I got really upset when I learned he was writing me a citation for a hit and run accident. And that's when it hit me. Unbelievably, it hit me. And I didn't listen to a whole lot after that. And then when I was told I was going to have to pay something that night, and I didn't know if I had the money for it, and then it was a bond, and then I thought I was going to jail and I would need it for bail, because this is a small town, and I think it might have had 2 cops, and it was kind of run out of a house in a 2-car garage. That's okay. And the cop had to take me to the ATM machine to get cash for him. And I felt very alone. I did. I felt very, very alone. Dennis wasn't saying much to me at all. In fact, when I left to get in the cop car, and I'm visibly crying, and I'm very upset now because I really am trying to grasp what's going on. And the only thing that he can say is, well, did you make that depart call? I just filled out this accident report, and I'm really hoping I filled it out correctly. And so I told him, like, when do I have time? He asked me this. He could be sitting right here behind me, and he knows exactly what I've done and what I've done with it. And then he'll say, well, did you do this? Did I? You know, you're right here. So there's a whole long story that's going to come from all that. But now is not the time for it. I I talked to Jacob, who was doing the managing dispatcher that night. And I called in to talk to him. And my first clue was when he said, oh, yeah, well, you were coming back to Springfield and you're ready to test out and get your own truck. Was I? Okay. But, I really didn't question it too much. I was more upset I just knew I was going to be fired because I had got this now citation of a hit and run, and they don't allow anything like this at Prime. I mean, I knew I was gone, and instead of going all the way to Prime to be humiliated even further than what I was humiliated for right now, or right then, I would just rather go to St. Louis or something closer when we get there, and then I'll just have Daniel pick me up or somebody pick me up and take me home. There's no sense in me going all the way to Springfield. 3 more hours away. So even as upset as I was rationally, 1 and 1 equals 2. Jacob says, no, don't do it. You come, they're having a safety meeting, and, come and hear what they have to say. Don't give up on us yet. Don't do this yet, because Jacob said, I've seen a whole lot worse, and they fared better. So don't go that way. Don't go in that direction. So I was feeling pretty good. I was like, okay, all right. That's kind of what I needed from Dennis at the time, and I wasn't getting any of that. But Dennis also is not really a talker. Or he's a talker. He just doesn't deal well with things that he is not really in control of, I think, when it comes to the truck anyway. So, okay. Dennis asked me, Dennis asked me if I was okay to drive, and I was in the middle of a meltdown, and I said, no, I'm not. And he's like, well, I'll just park it over here because I'm going to sleep. I got to get some sleep. And I'm like, no, I'll drive, because the only thing I wanted to do was to get to Missouri as quickly as I could and get this shit over with. Pardon my language. And he's like, okay. Now, personally, if I've got somebody whose eyeballs are swollen and she's still got tears coming down her face, the last thing I want is to put her behind a wheel. He's got no problem with any of that, though. So he goes right, takes all them clothes off, gets naked except for his underwear, and he goes to bed. He ain't worried about jack, nothing. And I go through the night and have several conversations that make me feel better with Mom and Daniel and a couple of my friends. And because I know he's been up all night, because I care, I drive until I cannot drive anymore, which ends up to be 6 in the morning. And I had, I think, 12 minutes left on my clock when I got to the nearest truck stop. And, of course, he wakes up then, and I'm like, if you're ready, it's time to drive. I can't drive anymore. So he drives, I think I left him 3 hours, 274 miles, whatever it was, because it was right outside of St. Louis. So about 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. It was pouring down rain. It might have taken him longer. But that's what I left him with from Wisconsin, because I drove from Wisconsin on. And I got I got a message stating that if I'm found guilty of this hit and run, then I'll lose my CDL. So I got woken up with that, because he wakes me up, right? I'm only sleeping for a couple hours, and I'd been up for a while. And so he gets me up again. Laura, did you read the message? So I'm reading the message half awake. I call citations, leave a message, and that's when I actually talk to Jacob, because Dennis is no longer helping me whatsoever at all. Which still I can't understand unless he's just embarrassed that I had an accident on the truck. That's what I'm thinking. anyway. Like, now I'm not the trainee he can brag about. I was so wrong. I was so far off. But that's okay. So that's when I talked to Jacob. Things go okay. And I think that, yeah, and I try to settle back down. I got woken up again. We were in the lot in Springfield. And I've got to use the bathroom pretty bad. Go inside, use the bathroom, and even in my sleepiness, because I've been up for well over 24 hours now. I'm right here, and I know that Jacob said I need to, or I talked to Derek then after that, and Derek was super, super nice. And Laura, just come on in, you know, you're not going to regret it. You're going to work through this, you know, all that good stuff. And I was like, just let me have a minute and think about it. Because there's a good part of me that was just like, dying, you know. I rode this out as far as I could ride. Then I got the other half of me saying, no, you haven't. This is not the end. And you have got to have hiccups in the road in order to learn from them. And this was going to be a hard one. This was going to be hard. It was going to hurt. It was going to suck. It was going to piss me off. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we got there, and Dennis really was adamant about me getting my stuff off the truck, taking me to campus. And I knew that because that's what Derek had told me. You know, just go to campus, get a room. You're going to have a room because you're going to need another trainer. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. So, to my understanding, I am getting another trainer because I had an accident. And no wonder Dennis is upset. He's done lost me. I was so wrong again. So we get there, and he's like, no, because Derek is mad at him. And Derek is really mad at him. I'm like, well, he's not mad at me. I went to the bathroom, I came. He's in the truck saying, yeah, I've got to take you over to campus right now and get your stuff out. That's what he wants me to make sure you do it before you come here. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I said, he's right here, like he's 30 feet away from me inside that building. I can go to citations, talk to them, turn this in, my citation, to her. Then I can go to the basement and talk to Derek and talk to Steve Howson about getting me another trainer. Good. And it wasn't good enough again. And finally I said, I don't care. I'm going in and I'm going to talk to him. And if anything happens, I'll just say I'm still in here peeing, and you think I'm out here, and you think I'm still in here using the bathroom when really I'm walking around talking to all these people. So that's how this is going to work. And Dennis was, okay. Nobody cared about that but him. So I went in and talked to Citation. She made sure that the money I got for cash was a bond, and it was a bond because I was out of state. And that's what this town needed, I suppose. So I guess when I do the court date in January, I'll get that back. Or it'll go towards my lawyer, or it'll go towards a fine, whatever. And but she was very happy, but she's like, we're going to find you a lawyer. Don't worry. Don't do anything until you hear from us. You know, we're on it. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you, because that's a whole load off my mind right now, because I am so tired and I am so upset. I go down to Derek, and he's great. He is super nice. He wants to try to find me a trainer so I can stay on his board, or I'm going to have to talk to, you know, if he doesn't do it in a day or so, then I have to talk to Steve, touch base with him, and then Steve will do it. So I got me a room. And here I am in my room, right? Yeah, you know what? It has carpet, and I'm good. It's actually not bad, although it rained. Could be stressing out again. It rained for a couple days, and there's like a patio outside this door, even though I guess it used to have a balcony or whatnot, and it doesn't anymore. And that water just seeped on in from under the window and under the radiator. I had to move my bag and everything. It's still sopping wet. I did call maintenance today and tell him that. He says, yeah, I'll go caulk around the window. So you're not going to clean it up? You're going to leave this puddle sitting? You know what? It's your new carpet. You go right, whatever. Not my thing. I need my towels for me. My roommate who's taking her CD test, and Debbie, good luck to you tomorrow. She hasn't had a good time of things here, unfortunately, and she's just hoping to get out of here and get her T&T over with too. Very sweet woman, very sweet woman. I really like her a lot. I got her number. Hopefully we'll stay in touch too. I like to stay in touch with people, see where you're at, what you're doing, see if you got any nightmare stories like me. So today I get woken up by phone calls, and I really thought it was for her because she came in really late last night because our trainer didn't show up for her CDL test, right? And then I hear my name over the intercom. Laura Anderson, please come to the orientation office. I'm like, hold on. It's 11 o'clock. I'm used to sleeping later. Well, it turns out, I mean, I had a trainer. So, and that's, my phone was blowing up, in fact, with the new trainer. And, so I met him at the Millennium Building today, and, he seems super nice. His name is Dave. And I'm coming at he knows, Steve, or it was Thomas, the dispatcher, which I'll meet tomorrow. I showed him my citation and everything, and I told him, you know, kind of what all happened, and he's like, oh, we've all got stories like that, you know, I've done this and I've done, made me feel better because I feel like such a loser, right? I just have high standards for myself, and I just feel like a real loser over it. I mean, I was so close. Technically, I had done it, but I had not made it back for the upgrade yet, so there you go. And it's my bad and my fault. And you know what? I want these. I want this extra 10,000. To be honest, I really want some more experience. I can drive all day long, but I'd like to get a little more under my belt. I really would. It would make me feel more comfortable. Oh, sorry, it's so late. I'm gonna try to upload this. It's 12:34 Central Time here. I've got a couple other videos that are going to come out, but not until my 10,000 is over with. And I've upgraded and I've got my own truck. Because I just really want to watch things. And I'm going to explain all of that if you give me 2 weeks. Because in 2 weeks, I'll have my 10,000. I can run like a mother. And I can do 500 plus miles a day. It's no big deal. So in 2 weeks, on the 16th, I want to be home. Because I've got an REO Speedwagon concert that I have wanted to go to since last year. And he had to have surgery and canceled, so now this is the second time around it's come up. We've had these tickets for over a year now, and I really, really want to go. And Dave seemed to think it could be done. And then after I do that, then I'm going to spend some home time. I got a cavity that needs filled. I've got a doctor appointment for diabetes I have to go to. I want to spend time with all my family. Miss them so much. I miss you guys so much. It's quite a culture shock being as saturated with how I was with my family to just being on my own. It was very rough trying to go through when I hit the fire hydrant and just all of that, and I'm bawling, and I'm such at a low point. And just not having anyone there to hug you and say, you know what, you got it, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, I promise. And just to have no one there for that except for my dispatchers, thank goodness. That it was good, but it was something. So I'm gonna go home with that. I'm gonna go home for that. And then so he's gonna drop me off then, either at the casino, doesn't matter, or at home, whatever comes first. And then I'm gonna drive back to, or I'll just have somebody else, my husband, whoever, drives me back, and then they can take my car back, and then I can upgrade and then stay here until I get my truck, and then, and that's that. My career and my travels really start then. So we'll see what comes up on this. What comes up during the next 2 weeks should be interesting. And upgrading should be interesting, being it's a first. And you get your own truck, and then what? And I got to call benefits. Oh my goodness. And let me tell you, Prime's expensive. Covers a lot, but it is expensive. That's a good part of your paycheck for Prime insurance. And I'm not sure how that works with the Obamacare and stuff. With the, you know, I'm not sure how that works, but you know, I'm going to call and find out. Might do a video about that because a lot of us are here for that kind of stuff. All right, I'm going to upload this real quick. Let y'all know that we're just going to keep on keeping on and keep on traveling. And making the best of this, that I have not hit the end of the road yet. This is not the end of my journey. It's carrying me on, and hopefully it's not carrying me on here just for January to hit. They find me guilty and I lose my CDL and come back with my tail between my legs. Definitely, I hope that doesn't happen. But you know what? If it does, it does. And I've wrote this one as far as I can write it, and that's all I can do. All right. And thanks, guys. Like I said, I've read all your comments, and it's meant a lot to me to know there's just so many of you guys out there, and that you like my videos, and that you support me. It means one hell of a lot to me. And just having those conversations with you guys, too, apart from the YouTube, I really enjoy our conversations. Especially when you're trucking, and you're getting sound advice from people who's been in the business for a while. And then I don't feel so dumb or so small or so rookie-ish or so newbie, you know. We've all been through it, right? It's like roller skating or bike riding. You're going to fall down a couple times. You're going to get some sore knees. You're going to twist an ankle maybe, but you know what? In the end, you're going to be darn good at it. So that's what we're going to do, is just brush ourselves off and climb back on and get her done. Bye, guys. Mwah!